Hotep brothers and sisters. Hotep, good evening, my brothers and sisters. All right. Hotep family, Brother Taibidi and Brother Kiamu in the house. Hotep fam. Hotep. Get myself together. All right. Let's get this going. Hope you all are well, man.
Pray the ancestors watch over me, and if I die before I wake, I pray my soul to turn. I'm a foot soldier I'm a foot soldier on the battlefield. Now if you're down for the people and you're ready to ride, put your work and shit together, then you stand on the line. Don't be flipping and dipping when the going is getting tough. You're suited and booted, let them know that you're heard of. You are about unity, put them bells in the sky. Talking about love, throw it up and raise it high. 2 times 6, add 6 and 6 again. That's the year that Nostradamus said the world would end. But do we really know when it's over? Got you paranoid, looking over your shoulder. Don't let nobody leave you. You gotta leave yourself. Don't let nobody shackle your brain.
Regina in the house.
You gotta break free. You can be what you wanna be. Yeah. You can be what you wanna be. Unchain your mind. When Uncle Sam saying jump, some people say how high. He telling me to jump, I'm gonna tell him bye-bye. They wanna clone you, you better realize. Before you know it, they'll be picking chips in your eyes. To see what you see and know what you know. You gotta take notice and you better lay low. You better lay low. You better get a hold to yourself, because life without knowledge is bad for your health. The ancestors died as slaves. If they knew we wasn't unified, they'd probably rolling in their grave. Don't let their suffering be in vain. We gotta march through the storm and the rain. I'm calling up the soldiers. Where are you? Why don't you come on and armor up, cause we got what to do. I'm a foot soldier marching in the army. Hut 1, hut 2. I'm a foot soldier marching in the army. Hut 1, hut. Gotta face forward, don't slide. Gotta shake the oppressor up off my back. Gotta face forward and be strong, no matter what happens.
Brother Chris in the house.
Keep on moving on. Keep on moving on. I'm calling up the soldiers. Where are you? Why don't you come on and armor up, cause we got work to do. Yeah. If you about unity, put them bells in the sky. Talking about love, throw it up and raise it high. Turn off your TV and put some knowledge in your brain. Ignorance is toxic, like drinking acid rain. The oppressor wants to make it hard for you to shine. You better use your weapon. I'm talking about using your mind.
Ashe. Brothers and sisters, Hotep, hope all is well. Hope you had a great afternoon, evening, day. I thank you for tuning in with me on today, with us on today. Those of you who may not know me, may watch this later on. My name is James Anyabwile Wilson. I'm the spiritual teacher, aka the spiritual awakener of the God in Action Ministries family, tribe, gang, village, posse, whatever you spiritual house. Okay, when you tune in, you are a part of us. So thank you for tuning in. I do not take your presence lightly. And I'm all about whoever's interested. I had a nice talk with one of the brothers this week. I'm interested in those who are interested in the message, and interested in the movement, all other else. I think I said it like that. I don't know. All others, matter of fact, it's a saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Ashe. So once again, thank you for tuning in with me. If you know how to do it, and I believe that you have already, please share. Let someone know that we're on, and we'll move from there. All right. So once again, I greet you in our ancient Kemetic word, Hotep, which means peace. All right. We have a message on today, or a lesson today, and it's dealing with our self-image, having a good self-image. And as we see, as I see, and I'm quite sure that it don't take a rocket scientist to see this, is that the Black image is deliberately being assassinated and destroyed. And it's up to us as a people to repair that image. All right? Repair that image. And our children need someone to look up to teach them that is more to see than what is being displayed before them in front of their eyes on media and all these other different things. This dysfunction and this corruption, you know what I mean? And I know in my own family, there's a lot of our people, young and old alike, has been caught up, entangled in the web of these things, these images that our open enemy have been inculcating their mind with. Okay, I'm speaking for myself, but I know it is affecting everyone's life. If you say it's not yours, believe you me, some way, shape, and form, it is. Because anything that we watch, I think I'm going into my message, listen to, it has the power to shape and mold our thoughts, how we see ourselves, how we see other people, and how we see the world. Believe me, if you think you're not being touched, the enemy got you exactly where he wants you to be, or she wants you to be, desensitized, neutralized. That's the best way to be able to keep a person down and keep them in a position of control and manipulation. All right. So we're going to deal with this lesson on today, and I hope that you get something out of it. And sometimes when I get on this thing, let me just leave it alone. Let me get on this thing and move from here. Okay? Let me get on this thing. Okay. I'll make sure I'm on. Yep. Look like I'm on. Look like I'm on. All right. Alrighty then. Okay. We need to begin to repair our image. And I know a lot of people don't even want to claim, even identify with being Black. People may have another word. Okay, I'm not a Black. Okay, okay, I'm African. I'm not African. All right, whatever you want to call yourself, regardless of what you call yourself, if you're melanated like me, all right? Or you may be of a lighter hue, right? Believe you me, they look at you, you know what I say by they, as a Black person. And we don't suffer because we're of our religious persuasion, all right? Or what we subscribe to. We don't suffer because, like Malcolm X said, we don't suffer because we're Muslim, or because we're Christians. We don't suffer because we have a certain job or a certain title or position in life. We suffer because we're Black, and we suffer collectively. Some people may be aware of it. Some people may not be aware of it. Some people accept that truth. A lot of people trying to deny that truth. But I will never come to you and lie. That's why I say do your research. Nothing have changed. All right? We suffer because we're Black. All right? Now, let's look at image. We're dealing with the image, repairing of our image, the Black image. It needs repairing. What is image? What is self-image? Self-image is the personal view of or a mental picture that we have of ourselves, not, you know what I'm saying, of ourselves. And a lot of times how we see ourselves, we view others who look like us, okay? So it is a personal view, a mental picture that we have of ourselves, right? There's two types of images. I got it written down. Two types of images one can have of themselves. It could be, you can have a good self-image or a negative or bad self-image. And like Michael Jackson always say, look at the man in the mirror. These are some pictures which is worth 1,000 words of people looking in the mirror, and the only one who's looking back at them is themselves. When you look in the mirror, the only one who looks back at you is yourself. The question is, how do you view yourself? How do you see yourself? I'm not talking about how you look, the beauty out on the outside, your hair cut is tight, your hair is tight, your lashes are tight, your nails are tight, your clothes is. I'm talking about how do you view yourself, your inner self. That is your self-image. All right, let's move. Now, we're looking at we continue to look at self-image. Self-image, lay my foundation, or how a person view themselves or view themselves is essential to their future. How you view yourself is essential to your future. What you think about yourself, you will become. Did you understand that? You ever hear that saying, if you can believe it, envision it, you can achieve it? Okay. What you think about yourself, I'm going to repeat stuff twice sometimes, you will become. If a person have a negative mental picture of themselves, like being poor, I'm gonna be poor. I just see myself as being poor, or in debt, or sick, overweight, depressed, unhappy, or dysfunctional. I see myself as just being angry. That's myself being angry. I see myself as just being angry. When you see yourself that way, right? Eventually, it will become your reality. If you see yourself as being great, intelligent, valuable, have great worth, and are from royalty, that is who you will be. All right? It depends on your self-image. It's powerful. There are many things that attack our self-image. Many things that can be used to destroy someone's good self-image. And there is a concerted effort to destroy the Black man and woman and child's self-image. And we're going to hit why it's so important for our open enemy, and the Neanderthal, Caucasoids, the two Bobs, or whatever you want to call the people. I'm not being mean. I'm dealing with history, facts, truths. All right? So there are many things that someone can use, or many things that can be used to destroy someone's good self-image. I'm just talking about our people. The two most powerful vehicles, and I shared this with this platform before, the two most powerful vehicles used to transport negative messages and images to destroy one's self-image is through the audio, what you listen to, and visual, what you look at. As I shared on the onset, what you allow to enter your mind, into your eyes, it shapes and molds your thoughts about yourself, about others, and how you view the world. Malcolm X asked a profound question. This revolutionary brother, yes, this revolutionary Black Messiah. Oh, what do you mean Black Messiah only means anointed one? That's all it means, okay? That's all it means. Someone who has been anointed to do a certain work. This anointed Black Messiah, Malcolm X, he asked a profound question. He says, who taught you how to hate yourself? So this has been going on not just in 2022 when I started talking about it. This has been going on years ago. And they have people, revolutionaries and teachers and scholars and professionals dealing with this issue, this serious problem about the Black man, woman, and child's image being deliberately assassinated and destroyed. And he says, who taught you to hate yourself? I share, it is not by accident that media, maniac, evil demons in action. That's the acronym. There's other acronyms too. It's not by accident that the media, social media, news stations or reporters, the miseducational or miseducational system and the religious system. It's not by accident that they betray Black people as being uncivilized. Religion, yes, is in the Bible, and they use the Bible about the curse of Ham, all right, to say that God cursed Black people. And I share all the time, we're not Black because we're cursed, we're Black because we're first. But these systems always portray Black people as being uncivilized. It is deliberate, violent, overly sexed or sexual or promiscuous, angry, murderous, lazy, dumb, and dysfunctional. They never show us in a positive light. It's not by accident, it's by design. And because they have this ability to do it at will, it seems like our open enemy have been given the power to dictate how we view ourselves, how we act, and how we behave. We need to take our power back and repair our self-image. And this is how they view us, portray us in public. And this goes around the whole globe. Not only in the hells of North America do they have a negative view of us, the whole world think of us the same way. We got here on my left, two sisters arguing. You know the reality shows. I know I'll be on the reality shows. You know all that stuff. What? You know that. Okay, that's why they show this stuff. Not to teach you how to be a strong Black woman, an intelligent Black woman, a strong and wise and functional mother, good wife or girlfriend. No, they want to give you some dramatic, some confusing, some dysfunctional, chaotic messages and images so that you can emulate. Look at our brother here, smoking crack, smoking drugs. You know what I'm saying? The brother down here, he just want to kill somebody who looked like him. It's purposely done. Not showing a man that he can be strong, he can be clean, he can be responsible, he can be a protector, he can be a good father, he can be a good husband. No, they want to give us this dysfunctional and this sick image for our people to emulate. Are you hearing me, brothers and sisters? As I said, it seems like the open enemy, our open enemy, has been given the power to at will destroy our image. And how are we fighting back? How are we fighting back? And I said it comes through audio and visual. Your children got phones, young and older alike. We got phones, the young and older alike have access to all kind of stuff. It is not, and the majority of it, 99.9% of it when it comes to Black people is sickening. All right? They are misrepresenting us in the images that they are showing and displaying to the whole world. So this white supremacist society, like I said, they got these images that we want to emulate. And a lot of our people are emulating it. I didn't say all, but most. I didn't say all, but a lot. So they put this out there, and our people are wanting to be everything other than themselves. They want to be everything other than their true selves. Our kids grow up, or before they grow up, they want to be like superheroes that don't look like them. You see it right on the picture right here. They want to be everything but themselves. Superheroes don't look like them. They want to be Cinderella. They want to be Snow White. They want to be Spider-Man and Superman. It starts from a young age. It starts from a young age. People want to be reality show stars. They show you the bling bling and the big houses and the mansions and the cars and I'm a bad bee and all these different things and all this stuff like that. And the men ain't no different. Some like getting on the women. But somebody have to bring stuff to the women because a lot of the women think it's all the man. The man is the problem. And once the man changes, everything will be okay. No, we all messed up. We all dysfunctional. We all are emulating images and operating not according to what God wants us to be, but what the world is showing us. Our children is on the same path. So we want to be everything but our true selves. Our children want to be gangster or gangster rappers. You got 50-year-olds want to do that too. They want to be the opposite sex. So they gave you the whole damn alphabet. You can choose whatever alphabet you want to be. Not just an adult. Even children who don't even know anything about sexuality. Who's still trying to learn who they are. They give them a whole thing. We give you the alphabet. You can pick out and choose the image that you want, how you want to live, who you want to be, other than what God made them to be. And you got a lot of people on my right. They want to be like Jesus. Everybody but themselves. Be like the Jesus who do not look like you, who does not represent us. This is all you saw. This is all you see. If you grew up in church, you ain't see no Jesus that look like you, no biblical characters that look like you, no prophets that look like you. We want to be like them, a biblical character, other than ourselves, other than our true selves. So we begin to compare. I look at myself, I don't like me. I'd rather be like this, what I see in front of me. And I wanted to share with you, brothers and sisters, be aware of what is called the trap of comparison. Be aware of what is called the trap of comparison. What does that mean? Do not strive to be like the next man or woman. Do not strive to be like the next man or woman. Be your true self. Not what you decide or society gave you a list of things that you can be. I ain't talking about that crap. I'm talking about what God made you to be. Be your true self. And there's nothing wrong with desiring to achieve what others had achieved in life. There's nothing wrong with that. When I say don't be like somebody else, no, it's okay to want to achieve what they have achieved, but don't lose yourself in the process. Did you hear what I said? Don't lose yourself in the process. I was going to say something. I'm going to leave that alone. All right. Yes, sir. Are you still with me, brothers and sisters? Okay. We getting there. When I say you can achieve what others achieve, don't lose yourself in the process. Remain your true self. Be your true self, what God made you to be. But unfortunately, many of our people are losing their true selves. And when you do that, it's a clear sign of self-hate. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care what sophisticated word you use. I don't care what intelligent words you use. I don't care how you spin it. When a person begins to be something other than themselves, that's a clear sign of self-hate. And my beautiful queens, they got you covering your beautiful hair. They got you covering your beautiful eyes. They got you, men and women. Look at this here, bleaching their skin. Look at, let me slow down. Sam Sosa in the middle here. Look at him. He wanted to erase who he was because he was with a white woman. Somebody must have said he looked dingy and dirty, so he wanted to be a little clean. That's what he said. Oh, he's a little cleaner. Michael Jackson, a beautiful genius. God-sent man. Are you hearing me, brothers and sisters? A tender man, an anointed man. And somebody told him that he was not beautiful. His image was ugly. He needed to change his image. And he went to the extreme. Our beautiful brother. He tried to erase himself. Little Kim at the bottom here. That was a beautiful queen when she was with Biggie. And not because she was with Biggie, but she was a beautiful queen. You see her picture, beautiful, dark sister. And when she got into this, the limelight, this Hollywood freak show, when she got into this dysfunctional rich people's life, we all trying to emulate. Someone must have told her that, yo, baby girl, you need to change your image. You look too black. And black don't have a good, it's not a good image. So she began to lighten herself up. And not just do that, cut herself up where she done erased herself. Look at little Nas X. Do you know our little boys is trying to be like this? Our little boys. They love Nas X. They got him going to elementary schools doing speeches to talk about what? And this is the brother that slid down to the devil, twerking on a devil. You saw the video. Got some sneakers with human blood inside of them. But this is the image that they're putting in front of our children. I've heard this young brother, this father told me about this, his son. He was joking. He said, I'm not a boy or girl. All right? This is a person in my family, a family member, but I'm not gonna put their name out there, a family member, a blood family member. And you played around and said, oh, I'm pregnant. He was joking. But what I'm saying is, he said he was joking, but what I'm saying is what they are showing our children they want to become. Because this is the end thing. There's nothing wrong with wanting to look good. There's nothing wrong with doing a little thing here and there. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with looking handsome. Nothing wrong with buying a little doodads and stuff like that to put on, to enhance your beauty. There's nothing wrong with that. That's African. But when you begin to try to completely erase who you are, that's called self-hate. Self-hate. We got to repair our black image, y'all. We got to repair our black image because it's deliberately being destroyed and assassinated. All right. Let's look at criticism. I'm looking at things that destroys our image. We said the media, things audio, destroys our image around the globe. Did you know that criticism can destroy one's self-image? Criticism. But I want you to understand what criticism I'm talking about. See, there's two types of criticism. There's what is called constructive criticism, which is good criticism. And there's destructive criticism, which can destroy a person's self-image. Let me give you an example. How it destroys someone's self-image. Suppose you and I, or say you don't want to behave or act or talk or dress like what everybody else is, how everybody else is acting. You don't want to dress that way. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that kind of way can destroy your image. I don't want to look like this. I don't want to look like no thug. I don't want to look like no hoochie. I don't want to look like I'm fast. I don't want to look like no murder, no killer. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to act a certain way, or dress a certain way, because we know it's destructive to our image. But those who are in that lifestyle, we have to be very careful. It could be family members too, and so-called friends. They can make you believe that they are part of the majority and criticize you for trying to be who you are. You think you better. You think you're trying to be different from us. Who you think you are? Everybody's doing it like this. So they criticize you for not falling in line with them or being on code with them. They'll tell you, you need to change your image if you want to get another man. You need to change your image. You need to do this and do that. You need to change your image if you want to be liked, if you want to be relevant, if you want to be accepted by the crowd, if you want to be popular. You need to change your image. And those people who have a low, very low self-esteem, those are the ones they get, because those type of people will do anything, almost anything, to fit in. They'll change. They'll change their whole image just to conform. I was that way. I wasn't raised to be, when I was younger, I wasn't raised to be in the streets. I grew up in church. I grew up the Bible, got baptized in the usher board, in the youth choir, and all these different things. That's how I grew up. I wasn't raised to be no killer, no thug, no drug addict, no alcoholic. But when I left my teachings, when I left the teachings of my beautiful grandmother who raised me, I went out in the street, and what I saw was totally different than how I was raised. Now I have people come tell me, yo, man, you don't belong out here, man. Yo, bro, you don't even look like you belong out here. So guess what I had to do? I had to change my self-image. I started drinking more than everybody just to prove myself. Started using more drugs than everybody to prove myself, to have this image, this street image. Started selling drugs to have this street image. Started being like, I'll tighten you up in the street. You know what I'm saying? Just to have this street image. I had to overdo it so I could be accepted by those who had this other type of image that would destroy a Black person's image. Am I making sense to you, brothers and sisters? So I lived this life. I lived it. So when people criticize you, be very careful. Be very careful. When they come and they criticize you, ignore destructive criticism. Not constructive, destructive criticism. All right? What you do, ignore it. Ignore it. Don't let it penetrate your mind. Ignore it. Why? Because you are not under no responsibility or requirement to God to be approved by everybody. Let me say it one more time. You are not under no responsibility or requirement to God to be approved by everybody. Be your true self. I hope you're getting something, brothers and sisters. I'm not gonna be here all night. But the thing is, and I try to teach this all the time. All the time. You cannot be yourself. You cannot be your true self if you don't know yourself. Did you hear that? I'm saying be your true self. You cannot be your true self if you don't know yourself. On all the walls all the ancient temple walls in ancient Africa, or what they call Kemet or Egypt, on all the ancient walls, it's written, man, know thyself. When it says man, it means woman. Know thyself. Know thyself. You can't be your true self if you don't know yourself. Our ancestors left this thousands of years ago, written in the walls, because they knew that the enemy would try to erase it, but they could not erase it. They could not chisel it out the wall. It says, man or woman, know thyself. And if you don't know yourself, you will strive to be other than yourself. And like I said before, they gave you a whole bunch of alphabets where you can decide what you want to be. You know what I'm talking about? Or these images, if they'll give you these images, to choose what you want to be on TV, social media. But they'll never show you who you really are. And that's why I do what I do. Because you cannot function and operate effectively if you're walking around trying to be everybody but who you are. Are you hearing me? Somebody may ask you, who are you? See, we tend to say, or we get into the habit of saying, oh, we identify with some religious group. Who are you? Oh, I'm a Christian. Oh, I'm a minister. I'm a deacon. Who are you? Oh, I'm a secretary on my job. I'm a manager. I'm a business owner. Who are you? Oh, I'm an Israelite. Oh, I'm a Mormon. I'm a Muslim. No. Who are you? Oh, I'm a parent. I'm a father. I'm a mother. No. Them are titles and positions that you hold in life. That's not who you are. That's why our ancestors left that powerful saying, man, woman, know thyself. Once again, because you confuse, you'll be everything other than yourself, everybody other than yourself. The way we see a lot of Black people acting and behaving today, it's not who we are, it's not who they are, it's not who we are. Brothers and sisters, I'm not taking away our responsibility. I'm trying to let you know the root of this thing here. Because always something, the root of something. What you see right now is symptoms. How we behaving and acting, the symptoms of what we done picked up, a virus that we done picked up. We have taken on the image of those who had kidnapped our ancestors from Africa and forced and shipped us to the hells of North America, right? And we came here, this people, the Neanderthal Caucasoid, the Chubab, you name whatever you want to name. They had foreign and strange ways, habits, lifestyles, diets, you name it. And we was in the midst of that, 400, 500 years in the midst of that. The scripture teaches evil company corrupts good habits. What I'm saying is the ways of our kidnappers, their ways, their lifestyle, their strange habits, all these other things, it has rubbed off on us. Our slave masters, now their children, their ways have rubbed off on us. And now we no longer look and behave like the people God has created us to be. We need to begin to start repairing our image, y'all. We need to begin to start repairing the Black image. Yes, I'm unapologetically Black. I'm unapologetically African. I'm unapologetically Kabylonian. Yes, I'm unapologetically Nubian. I will not change that to make you comfortable. I will not change that to get you to be attracted to this platform. That's who I am. That's who I was sent to teach. And I'll do that until the day I die. Let me share with you our true image. We let the enemy show us. You see what they're showing us in these systems. in their school system, religious system, platforms, social media, all the different things. You see how they view us. You see how they portray us. But let me show you what God thinks about us, how God sees us, how God views us. And that's more important than anything. According to the book. According to the book. You say Bible. At the beginning, it says God created man and woman in his image and his likeness. Am I right about it? What does that mean, brothers and sisters? That means that we was given the power to operate and function as little g's, little gods on earth. I shared this before. When an apple tree produces, it produces what? Apples. When an orange tree produces, it produces oranges. If a donkey has some babies, it have baby donkeys. If a dog has some babies, it have little baby dogs. If God makes us in his image and likeness, God make little gods. We're not the God, we're the little gods. He gave us the power. He said, I give you dominion over all things, management over all things. I want you to function and operate as little gods upon this earth. That's our true image. The scripture backs it up and it says, it asks a question. No, it says, you are gods, the children of the Most High God. Look that up yourself. It says, you are gods, the children of the Most High God. That's Jesus speaking. That's the image. That's our true image. That's where we have to go back to. That's how we have to see ourselves as God and goddesses and teach our children the same. The way that our people view themselves today, that's exactly how white supremacist society wants us to see ourselves. Exactly. Why? Because they know as long as we don't have a good self-image, we can be easily controlled and manipulated and never become what and who the Creator created us to be. They know that. That's why they do everything in their power to suppress knowledge about us. Tell us, leave that black stuff alone. But they don't tell the Jews that. They don't tell the Europeans that. They don't tell the patriotic Americans that stuff. You don't tell the Irish that stuff or the Italians that stuff, we're Europeans, but they tell us, leave that stuff alone. Because they want us to leave that stuff alone so they can continue to convince us that the image that they're putting out there is who we really are. And another reason of this white supremacist society doesn't want us to have a good self-image, you know why? It's because they are threatened by us. They're threatened by our genius. And they fear if we start seeing ourselves as valuable, as geniuses, as great, as strong, as powerful, right? They fear that we will excel them in life. So they make sure we have a negative self-image. All right. Somebody might say, somebody could have said, that's not true. Our image is all right. I feel good about myself. See, you know what? We don't suffer as individuals, brothers and sisters. We suffer as a whole, collectively. They didn't take one person from Africa, one ancestor. It's a conservative number of 100 to 500 million of our ancestors. They did not bring us here to elevate us, to help us, to put us on an equal playing field as them, to make us love ourselves and to love God and love Jesus and be productive and all these other things. No, they didn't do that for that. No. They wanted us to have an image they wanted us to identify the image of a beast, a horse, a cow, an ox, because all they do, them animals do, they're bred to work. Can't see morning, can't see night. They beat the hell out of us because they believed that we had no spirit, we had no soul, that we had no feelings. Do your research, y'all. So now we see ourselves as they painted us to be. We wouldn't like ourselves. Why do you think brothers and sisters in the street are able to kill each other at will and go have breakfast or go to sleep afterwards? Because when they look at somebody who look like them, they see nothing. They see an animal. They see something that's worthless, something that had no value. They've been socially engineered and conditioned and trained and taught to see themselves and their people just like that. Like how white supremacy have painted us. And it's our responsibility to begin to repair the black image. You cannot do it with your grandchildren, maybe your children are a little older. A lot of times they don't like to listen to us. But if you have grandchildren, nieces and nephews, sit down with them and read something and show them a book that looks like them. Read them something that make them feel excited. Make them want to ask questions. Don't keep sitting down showing them Santa Claus and elves and tooth fairies and Paul Bunyan and George Washington and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Mickey Mouse and Spider-Man and Superman, all this BS. Teach them something that's going to help them grow up and love who they are. Be proud of who they are. And see themselves in the light that God sees them. So how do we develop a good self-image, brothers and sisters, after it's being deliberately assassinated and destroyed and marred? I emphasize all the time. It's imperative. It's important. It's necessary that you get to know yourself by learning about yourself. They say, if you want to hide something from black people, put it in the book. Now you can look at videos. You can look at movies. They ain't not going to give it to you on Netflix. Probably give you one or two. You got to search for this stuff. You have to learn about yourself. And when you fill your mind with how God thinks about you, how God views you, and you fill your mind with the knowledge of yourself, your true greatness, you will definitely be a force to be reckoned with. Yes. We all have been taught. Once again, that is not important to know about all this stuff. All you need to do is get a good education. Get a good religious education. Just know your Bible. That's all you've been taught. Get a good job. But when the black man or woman or African man or woman connects back to their roots, they'll begin to learn who they really are and what they can become. This is the only way, brothers and sisters, we can come up out of this thing, come up out of the slave mind and begin to begin repairing our assassinated and destroyed self-image. We have to go back to the roots. Sankofa, 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 Sankofa. Sankofa means to go back. You don't have to stay back, but go back. The reason why the Jews are the most powerful people in the world, because they don't forget their history. They constantly go back. They say, never forget, never again. Why not do that? This is the key thing. My last slide. In order to repair your self-image or build a good self-image, you have to stop thinking about your past. All of us did something, said something, whatever, lived a certain way, had certain habits that we regret having, regret doing, all these different things we regret. We can't turn back the clock of time. I think I said that right. We only can go forward ever, backwards never. You stay in the past, it will rob you of your future. So stop thinking about your past. Learn from it, move on, so we don't repeat it anymore. So stop thinking about your past thoughts, your past failures, your weaknesses, and begin concentrating on the thing that you have victory in, a victory over. Concentrate on your strengths, your accomplishments. Feast on those things. Feast on those things. Spend a lot of time with those things. And it can build and change build your self-image for the better. It can build and change your self-image for the better. It's time, y'all, that we begin to repair the Black self-image, not just in ourselves and our children. Because a lot of them don't even like who they are. Don't even want to be who they are. Don't care about who they are. And when that happens, look what kind of lifestyle they start living. It's due to not having knowledge of self. A lot of it. Not you don't have knowledge of self, you don't have what direction do you have? Who can you be inspired by? Yes, people today. But a lot of us have failed our young people. A lot of people, speaking in general, ain't doing much. Our kids want to emulate. You ain't doing much. Follow you for what? Be a slave on the job? But follow you for what? Have a dysfunctional marriage or relationship? Follow you for what? To eat myself to death? Be sick? Follow you for what? Be confused like you? Be weak like you? Follow you for what? That's the image that our children are given. So therefore, they take on that same image. That's how they'll see themselves, and they'll begin to perpetuate the same old thing. I think I said that right. My brothers and sisters, that's what I have right now. I hope you got something out of this tonight. Yes, I hope you got something out of this tonight. I appreciate you coming on board. And let me see something here. All right. We have information down here. Anybody would like to donate or give towards our ministry, you can do so. The information right there. So if you desire to do that, those of you who've been around, you know what it is, the information. Those of you who may see this later on for the first time, you can donate if you'd like to, whatever is on your heart. Cash App, Cash App $ GIAM number 20, and our PayPal, paypal.me/HOTEP number 2. And we thank you in advance. All right. I hope you have a great night. Think about what was shared. Let's begin to do our work on ourselves and teach our babies to do the same, and anybody who would listen. All right? You know how we close, brothers and sisters. Oh, let me give you one thing. This is one book I recommend that you get if you have not gotten it. If you want to start really learning more about your people, yourself, be inspired. This is a book here. It's by Anthony Browder. Anthony Browder. ANTHONY BROWDER. Anthony Browder. And the book is called Nile Valley Contributions to Civilization. Nile Valley Contributions to Civilization. This is a powerful book by Anthony T. Browder to start with. Okay, I guarantee you it's going to blow your mind, open your mind, and you can share some of this with some people. I would recommend that you start with this. There's so many other books, but this right here that you can really start with. Okay, so if you can see that. Okay, brothers and sisters, I'll talk to you soon. Much love and respect. Let's close out, y'all. Amandla. Power to the people. My time is up. Hotep Ashe.